Welcome back. This is going to be the last part of my Secure Act 2.0 Quick Hit Series, Volume 5. What else? This is going to cover a lot of ground, but I'm going to do it just on a shallow level, so we should still be able to do it pretty quickly. So what else is in the bill? Catch-ups. So once you're over the age of 50, you're allowed to do catch-up contributions. They've increased the amount that is the catch-up amount. And also that's going to be adjustable for inflation going forward, starting in 24. So we're going to be able to have older workers, pre-retirees, who are able to contribute more as they go forward. And actually there's a special provision in there for people in their early 60s that I'm kind of curious to see how that all works out. They've added some exceptions for penalty-free distributions from a retirement account. So they're just broadening the ability to get into that money if you have an emergency, and what qualifies as an emergency is expanded. There's also a change starting next year in how spousal beneficiaries are treated, and it just gives you some more options if you're the spouse of someone who passes away on how to take the distributions from that money and how it all works its way through. So like I said, I'm going to keep this pretty shallow, but if it turns out to be something we need to work on with you, just know that that's out there and there are additional options at play. I think more interestingly, though, is what's not in the bill that we were expecting. So, no limits on backdoor Roths, which are a way to get money into a Roth IRA for people who have income above the income limit. There's no restrictions on Roth conversions, which those two kind of go hand in hand. And as I talked about a couple weeks ago, Washington now loves Roths. They did not change the QCD age. Even though RMDs now don't start until 73, QCDs still remain at 70 and a half, like the RMD age was a few years ago. One thing that's disappointing that wasn't there is there's no clarification or correction to the 10-year rule, which was a new rule in Secure Act 1 that for beneficiaries, instead of being able to take distributions from somebody else's who's passed away their IRA, you now have to have that cleared out within 10 years. There's been some confusion with the IRS on how to do that, and unfortunately, no clarification there. There also wasn't any new restriction on what you can buy in an IRA. There was some thought that maybe that would come down, but nope, they kept all of that the same. So that wraps up kind of the big pieces of Secure Act 2.0. I'm sure there will be lots of clarifications and new planning strategies to come out of all of these new rules, and we'll keep you updated on those as we go along.